Hello friends. In this video, I plan to explain to you why unlicensed spectrum are typically located in the higher frequency band. Now, in order for us to appreciate this fact, we have to understand the difference between licensed and unlicensed spectrum. Now, licensed spectrum are typically assigned to the operators for exclusive use, which means that the operator doesn't have to worry about managing interference emanating from a neighboring user. Whereas in case of unlicensed spectrum, interference management is very crucial because it is free for all. Now, how do you manage interference? You can manage interference by using two techniques. One technique is called frequency hopping. Now, in order for you to use frequency hopping, you need large quantum of spectrum. Why? Because the access point, when it is switched on, it typically uses the fraction of the total assigned spectrum and leaves the other quantum of spectrum unused. The reason it does that because at a time it finds only a small amount of spectrum out of the total assigned spectrum usable for transmission, which is reasonably interference free, right? So as soon as it switched on, it scans the total quantum of spectrum and uses only a fraction of the total quantum of spectrum for the purpose of transmission. Now, which basically makes the unlicensed spectrum very inefficient from the point of view of usage, because you need to assign a large quantum of spectrum for enabling the access point to use just a fraction. And that amount of spectrum you cannot find in the lower frequency band, and therefore you have to go in the higher frequency band. Another advantage of using the higher frequency band is that the higher frequency band are naturally limited from the radio wave propagating farther away. Because as you move from the lower frequency band to the higher frequency band, the radio waves transmission ability to travel far deteriorates exponentially. And therefore, if you are operating in the higher frequency band, you can actually limit the propagation of the radio wave in a smaller geography, thereby mitigating the chances of the radio waves emanating from your access point interfering with a neighboring user. Because of these two reasons, the unlicensed spectrum operations are typically always in the higher frequency band and not in the lower frequency band. Thank you.